From Hollywood, it's time now for John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Niles Hartley, Johnny, Columbia Live.
Niles, how are you? I thought you were in Chicago these days.
I am. This is long distance. We have one here that's a pip.
Tell me about it.
One of our brokers wrote a $50,000 straight life policy on a man named Lane. Mr. Lane up and dropped dead a couple of days ago.
Uh-huh.
And you'll never guess why.
Why?
He starved to death.
What?
Honest. He died of malnutrition.
A man could afford to buy that much life insurance, but he couldn't buy himself a hamburger?
Interested?
Very.
Get yourself an airplane, boy. I'll be waiting for you.
John Lund in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Columbia Life and Accident Insurance Company, Meston Building, Chicago, Illinois. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Chicago fraud matter. Expense account item 1, $78.13. Plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Chicago. I had breakfast at the airport, took the limousine into town, found a hotel room, then checked in with Niles Hartley at the claims division. Chicago's blustery climate seemed to agree with him. He was a little bigger than I remembered, a little ruddier, but efficient as ever.
I wrote a special delivery to the Insurance Commission in Springfield this morning. Explained we were holding up payment pending a routine investigation of the claim.
Uh-huh.
But the faster we move on this, the better off we'll be, Johnny. They're going to ask questions, and we'll have to get ourselves some answers.
They asked any yet?
No, but the beneficiary is Lane's sister. Her name is Lydia Staley. She's called them, and she's called us a couple of times wanting to know what's what.
Tough?
She could be, I guess. She has money of her own, some influence, and so on.
A lot of money?
Trust stuff. Very comfortably fixed. But she's pretty upset by the whole business. You see, I had to stick my horn in right away and request the coroner to hold the body until we got something done.
How so?
Lane died on the street with no identification on him. By the time they did find out who he was, a routine PM had already been performed to determine cause. The county was going to bury him.
With $50,000 worth of insurance?
Yeah. Now, the first thing that occurred to me when I saw this report was that it might not be Lane at all. Besides the malnutrition, here are these findings.
Chronic heart condition. Lung history. Stability.
Certainly doesn't sound like anybody we'd insure.
Well, Lane took a physical before the policy was issued, didn't he?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Here's a copy of it. He was 100% okay then.
How could he pass it with all these things wrong with him?
Good question, Johnny. Like to find the answer?
Yeah. What's that doctor's name?
Dr. Walter Unger, Suite 1932, Michigan Building.
Expense account item 2, $3.50. Taxi fare through Chicago's slushy streets to the offices of Dr. Walter Unger, who had been licensed to practice medicine in the state of Illinois in 1946. He was a Northwestern University medical school graduate.
And I'd give him the service.
Married, had 2 children, and lived in Glencoe, a North Shore suburb.
Day and night.
His income and practice, according to report, were average.
Oh, good. Yes, drop in tomorrow. Goodbye. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar. You were saying...
I'm from the Columbia Life Insurance people, Doctor. Claims Division. I'd like to get some information about a man you examined on July 14th of last year.
All right. I hope this won't take long. What is it you want to know?
The man's name was Christopher Lane. You happen to remember him?
Christopher Lane. No, I can't say that I do, Mr. Dollar. What about him?
Well, first I'd like to know, is this your signature?
Yes. Those are my letterheads. I suppose that's my signature.
Aren't you sure?
How many people are certain of their signatures? It looks like mine, Mr. Dollar. I can't say for sure that it is or isn't.
Well, assuming that it is, what about these notes? Are these in your handwriting?
Yes, I would say that was also my handwriting. Mr. Dollar, I'd appreciate it very much if you'd get on with whatever business you have here.
According to this, you gave Mr. Lane a complete physical And pronounced him sound.
I did. Anything unusual about that?
He died 2 days ago, Doctor.
I wish you insurance people would buy some books on heart diseases and read them and know them and not take up valuable time. Look here. This patient was 41 years old. If he had no heart condition when I examined him, and obviously he didn't, according to my cardiographic findings, it's entirely reasonable to assume that he could have developed one in a very short time. You people gauge that in your premium.
Mr. Lane didn't die of heart trouble, Doctor. He died of malnutrition.
Malnutrition?
That's what the pathologist at the coroner's office says. Here, look for yourself.
Well, he should know.
Was it possible for you to overlook that condition at the time you examined him?
No. No, if he'd been suffering from malnutrition in any degree, I would have discovered it.
According to the coroner's report, he'd been ill for a year or better. Can you explain that, Dr. Unger?
No, I can't explain that. I wish I could. All I can say is that I did my job. I examined the man, reported my findings.
How about this?
Angina. Well, I could have missed that, I suppose, but it's unlikely with the degree of aggravation noted here.
Did you x-ray, Mr. Lane?
Well, certainly, it's part of the examination.
Have you had much experience reading chest x-rays, Doctor?
Mr. Dollar, I know my business. If there'd been any lesions in that man's chest, I would have reported.
Doctor, just bear with me, please. Again, the coroner's man said they were old lesions.
So I notice. I can't explain that either.
Well, you can understand why we want to be thorough about this.
Yes, I do. And I wish I could help you.
You keep a file copy of all examinations?
Yes, certainly.
I'd like to see your file on this one, if I may.
Of course. Anything else?
Yeah. Another hour of your time.
What for?
I'd like to have you look at Mr. Lane's body, Doctor. I could get an injunction.
All right. I'll be finished here at 7 o'clock.
Expense account item 3, $6.50, more cab fare, to and from City Morgue. Dr. Unger viewed the mortal remains of Christopher Lane and was unable to state definitely whether he'd ever seen the man. The next day, all of the personnel connected with Dr. Unger's office made a trip to the morgue. None of them recognized the body either. However, I had better luck with the elevator operator in Lane's apartment building.
Oh.
You ever seen this man before, Miss Shattuck?
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's Mr. Lane, apartment 2338.
You're positive?
Oh, yeah. I've seen him every day for almost 2 years.
Okay. Want to smoke?
I want to get out of here.
Sure.
I don't know why I'm acting this way. I've seen him that way 100 times.
What?
I mean, almost like that, out, stoned. Only I guess it's because I knew he was just drunk then, not dead.
Oh, I see.
Well, he was crazy.
Was he?
Yeah, carrying on the way he did. Oh, feels good to be out here again, cold enough.
Yeah.
I'll take that smoke now, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, sure.
Thanks. Yeah, he used to get up around 10 every morning. I'd take him downstairs. He'd look awful, but he was always kind of nice, polite, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go out to the store and come back in a little while with a sack of groceries, a pint of milk for his cat, some donuts for himself, and some booze. Then he'd just lock himself up in his apartment, stay there all day.
Drinking?
Oh, yeah. Fried to the ears by noon. I think it was wine.
The janitor and the maid, as well as the doorman and the desk clerk, further verified the fact that Lane had been drinking heavily for better than 18 months prior to his death. No one seemed to know why, not even his sister. She turned out to be a woman of 30 or more, well-tailored, well-groomed, and bad-mannered.
I wish you'd take your briefcase and get out of here, Mr. Dollar.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Mrs. Staley.
Chris drank himself to death. I don't know why. I just know he did it. He's dead. He named me his beneficiary. Now, why don't you pay me what you owe me?
We will, Mrs. Staley, if the circumstances are right. So far, we have a reasonable doubt.
Oh.
And this investigation is for your benefit as much as it is ours.
What do you mean by that?
When we've satisfied ourselves one way or the other, your claim can be settled.
Well, what is it you want to know? I haven't seen my brother in over a year. I can't tell you anything about him.
Were you on good terms with him?
Of course I was. Left me his insurance money, didn't he?
Understand you're a widow, Mrs. Staley?
I don't see what bearing
Do you
that
have any
has-
dependents?
No children, if that's what you mean.
And the insurance money would have gone to you alone?
Let me correct you. The money will come to me alone. I don't know what you people think you can do trying to weasel out of this, but I've already spoken with my attorneys, and they've advised me to sue for an immediate settlement.
Are they aware of the facts of this matter?
They certainly are.
And they still advise you to bring suit?
They certainly did.
Well, perhaps I can save you some fees and them some time. Who are your lawyers, Mrs. Staley?
Never mind. You'll find out soon enough.
All right, I'll tell you what I'd tell them. You can pass it on. Your brother could have died quietly in his bed one night, and any doctor would have pronounced him a heart failure, and your claim would have been good. But he made the mistake of dropping dead on a public street, and the police took over. And before he was properly identified, an autopsy had been performed.
Yes, and I'm going to sue the city for
And from that autopsy, we know your brother couldn't possibly have passed an insurance examination.
But he did pass it, Mr. Dollar. He came to me the day after he'd taken the exam and told me I was his beneficiary.
You said you hadn't seen him for over a year. He took the exam last summer.
All right. I saw him that one time.
He might have come to you, but he didn't come to you about passing that exam.
Now, listen here.
Your brother never took that exam.
What?
Someone went up to the doctor's office and took it for him. Mrs. Staley, we aren't fools. Now, we're going to find out who that someone was and how it was done. We're used to all sorts of tricks in this business, and all sorts of bluffing, too. You can sue us for settlement. You can sue us all over the place. With what we have right now, we just love to meet you in a court. I'm talking facts to you, Mrs. Staley, and I wish you'd talk them to me.
Get out of here. Get out of here, you cheap snooper, before I call a policeman and have you thrown out.
We'll return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Out of the jungles and into your homes comes Tarzan every Saturday night on CBS Radio. Yes, in the comfort of your own radio side, you can enjoy the fascinating experiences of the man whose friends are jungle beasts, whose power and cunning have been developed to an astonishing degree by dangerous environment. Tomorrow night, on most of these same stations, don't miss Tarzan on CBS Radio. Now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I started the case with an autopsy report and a dead man who should never have been insured. The doctor who examined him and passed him couldn't explain why. His sister, the beneficiary, explained even less. I left her under the surveillance of a leg man provided by Niles Hartley and decided to talk with the insurance broker who'd written up the policy. His name was Rutherford, and he looked insurance from the top of his iron gray hair to the tips of his highly polished brown shoes.
I suppose you're Mr. Dollar?
Mr. Rutherford?
Yeah, come in. I was surprised when you called me.
We're trying to wrap this thing up, Mr. Rutherford.
I understand. I'll tell you, I've been writing insurance for 17 years, Mr. Dollar, and this is the first time anything like this has ever occurred to me. Sit down.
I believe you, Mr. Rutherford, and your record.
Oh? You've looked into me?
Well, you know, we have to on a thing like this. Just a matter of routine checking.
Yeah.
I'm here to find out all I can about the circumstances under which you sold the policy to Mr. Lane.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bachelor. He lived in a fairly nice apartment on the Gold Coast. No dependents. I'd like to know what made him a prospect.
Well, actually, it's more of a personal thing, I suppose. Mrs. Rutherford and I were interested in buying a home in Wilmette a couple of years ago. It was one we liked on Sheridan Road. The agent happened to be this man, Lane. That's how we became acquainted.
Oh?
Lane was in the real estate business, on and off. Actually, he didn't really have to work for a living at all. He had a fairly comfortable income from trusts set up by his father.
Did he do very well in real estate?
Well, I don't really think so. I don't think he worked hard at it.
You met him when you were out to buy a house. Did you buy it?
No, my wife died suddenly, and I had no need to buy a house.
But he bought insurance from you.
Yes, eventually.
You say this was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try to sell him right away?
Oh, I don't recall. I called him now and then, had him over for dinner. I was surprised, frankly, when he decided to buy.
Uh-huh. What kind of a man was he?
What do you mean?
Well, your opinion, Mr. Rutherford.
Well, just a client, Mr. Dollar. I treated him the same as any other client.
How did he look?
Hmm?
Oh, pale, thin, healthy, emaciated. What?
He looked fine to me.
I noticed you arranged for the examination.
Yes.
How well do you know Dr. Unger?
Just slightly. You know, the physician is supposed to be an impartial third party, and when a client has to be examined by a physician, I send him to Dr. Unger, that's all. I get a Christmas card from him every year.
I see. You say you had Lane over for dinner a few times.
Yes, when my wife was alive.
Did he drink much on those occasions?
I don't recall. Why?
His malnutrition resulted from an alcoholic condition. All drinking, no eating.
Lane, an alcoholic?
He sure was. Had been for years. Can I use your phone?
Well, yeah, help yourself.
Hello?
Johnny Dollar, Niles.
Oh, glad you called, Johnny. I'm trying to reach you.
What's up?
Mrs. Staley's fighting back.
Huh?
Her lawyers served notice on us an hour ago.
Well, nothing to worry about there. Just a bluff.
Oh, but this wasn't. She made the coroner release her brother's body. Took it to a crematorium. Exhibit A is a pile of ashes by now.
Oh. I can try something here.
Well, try it.
Right. Mr. Rutherford.
All finished?
Yeah. Mr. Rutherford, I'm afraid you're in a little trouble.
Well, what are you?
You couldn't have written that policy or known Christopher Lane without being aware of his drinking habits.
Now, see here, Dollar. I've been an insurance broker for a good long time, and no one has ever questioned my integrity.
And I think that's what you were banking on, your reputation. I'm sorry for you, Mr. Rutherford, but there had to be a collusion here, and you're the logical party. You arranged for someone to take Lane's examination. You were going to split with... Oh! In the 3 minutes it took me to get my breath inside of me and my feet under me, he was well away and out of sight. I used his telephone a second time. I told Niles Hartley what had happened and then made a beeline for Lydia Staley's place.
What do you want?
I'm here to tell you about all the trouble you're in, Mrs. Staley. Rutherford's given it away.
Given what? What are you talking about?
About an insurance policy that was written up and issued in your brother's name under fraudulent circumstances. You're the one who stood to gain most, but you had to have help to pull it off. Rutherford helped you.
I don't know anybody named Rutherford. Now, look here,
You look here. Rutherford just slugged me and beat it, but he isn't going to run far. Principally because he doesn't know how to run. He'll cool off, and he'll begin thinking about all this business in a new light. A few minutes ago, it dawned on him what he'd done. He'd kicked his whole lifetime right out the window. He's been found out. He's lost all around. And he's going to be mad. And you're the one he's going to be mad at.
I told you I don't know anybody named Rutherford.
Well, then I'll tell you. He'll probably want to kill you.
Oh.
Do we talk now?
I don't see why. I've done nothing wrong.
Who took that physical for your brother?
He took it himself.
You got your brother drunk enough to sign the insurance papers, didn't you?
I had nothing to do with them.
Okay, Mrs. Staley. We'll get it all from Rutherford.
Yes. Why don't you do that?
In the meantime, I hope you sleep well, knowing what you've done.
I've done nothing. And you'll never prove any of these things you've been saying. Never.
And for 2 days, it looked as if she might have been right. There was no way to involve Mrs. Staley without a statement from Rutherford. In the name of the company, Niles Hartley filed charges on attempted collusion against him, and a warrant was issued. The Chicago police were unable to find him anywhere. His apartment was watched 24 hours a day, as well as Mrs. Staley's residence. The case was stalemated. We couldn't locate Rutherford, but he found us. Johnny Dollar.
This is Earl Rutherford.
Where are you?
Never mind. Dollar, they all know about me around Niles' office, huh?
Just Niles and me.
I'd like to explain some things to you so you can pass them on to Niles. I'd like him to know why I did it, and, before I leave town.
You won't get far. There's a warrant out for you.
I can get away, all right.
Rutherford, Columbia doesn't want to prosecute you on these charges. The notoriety would be bad for them. If you'd make a statement, sign it, I think I could talk them into dropping the whole matter.
Maybe we'd better get together?
Come on over.
No, I'll meet you at the Dearborn entrance to the Drummond.
15 minutes?
I'll be there.
Right. When I pulled up in a cab 12 minutes later, he was waiting for me at the curb in front of the Drummond. He was still wearing the same clothes he'd had on in his apartment. He needed a shave, and judging from the circles under his eyes, he hadn't slept much. He was pale and shaken. Expense account item 4, 51 cents. Coffee and donuts for both of us.
I met Lydia right after Miriam, my wife, died. My children are both grown and married and have lives of their own. I guess I was very lonely.
Sure.
I became interested in Lydia, and we had a great many things in common. Seemed like the thing to do. I asked her to marry me.
Nothing wrong with that.
You don't understand. She laughed at me.
No, I don't understand.
I guess I'm not an exciting man, a witty one, or... She made me feel as though all my life had been hopeless, a waste. That I'd missed a great deal. I asked her, Mr. Dollar, what is it? What do you want out of life?
Is that when she brought up the proposition?
I guess that's what gave her the idea. The trusts pay her $500 a month for life, and my commissions come to that. We could have lived very comfortably on $1,000, but Lydia talked of traveling, of Europe, of clothes. I don't know, things her family had had once.
She wanted $50,000 in cash instead of money just trickling in every month, huh?
I suppose so.
I didn't understand her motive at first, but go on.
Well, she told me about her brother Christopher. He was a drunk. The doctors in New York gave him 2 years. I paid a man $100 to go to Dr. Unger's office and take the physical.
What's the man's name?
I wouldn't tell you that, Mr. Dollar. He's not involved in anything, and I don't want to get him into any trouble.
After Lane was insured, you were going to wait for him to die?
That was the general idea. Once I'd done it, it was too late to turn back. I mean, I wanted to at times, but a cancellation on a policy that size would have been hard to explain.
You're leaving something out. She had you, didn't she?
Hmm?
You were the goat. Legally, she was clear, right?
Yes. She still is, isn't she?
Unless you write all this down, we can hold it over her head to prove collusion.
You speak to Niles?
He'll go along. The charges will be dropped if you'll make a statement.
Okay.
Enclosed, find notarized statement of Earl Rutherford explaining his part in the attempted collusion regarding policy 678JN23L. True to his word, Niles Hartley dropped charges against Rutherford upon receipt of the enclosed. Rutherford settled his affairs and left Chicago the following day. When Mrs. Staley was shown a carbon of the enclosed statement, she instructed her attorneys to withdraw suit. The night I was to leave town, I called at her apartment to have her sign a release of all claims.
Help me, Mr. Dollar.
Which way did he go?
Help me. Please help me.
I carried her to the couch, did what I could, while startled tenants phoned for an ambulance and the police. After that, I began looking around. I found a dark stain on the windowsill leading out onto the fire escape, and on the floor, a blood-stained letter opener. There was no gun anywhere in sight. I decided that if I'd been stabbed with a letter opener, it'd be easier to try 3 flights up to the roof than 14 down to the alley. I was right. Earl Rutherford was hanging over the top ledge of the building, firing down at me. I ducked into a window frame, 1 flight away from him.
Get away from me, Dollar!
You know I won't, Rutherford. You missed by a mile. You'll have to come down. It's the end of the line for you.
Don't do anything foolish!
I'm coming up after you.
Come on, then. I'll be waiting for you.
Good shot, Dollar.
Can you walk?
No.
Why did you do it, Rutherford? You were clear. You were free. You didn't have to...
I didn't tell it all, Dollar. She told me tonight. Laughed at me. Said she was planning to run away with someone else when she got the insurance money.
Oh, I see.
She just used me all along.
Earl Rutherford died on the way to the receiving hospital. Mrs. Staley was dead when I got back to the apartment. Expense account item 5, $53. Hotel and food while in Chicago. Item 6, same as item 1. Fare back to Hartford. Expense account total, $219.77. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars John Lund in the title role and was written by E. Jack Newman with music by Eddie Dunstetter. John Lund can currently be seen in the Universal International picture Just Across the Street. Featured in tonight's cast were Jack Moyles, Edgar Barrier, Peggy Weber, Mary Lansing, and John McIntyre. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Dan Cubberly, inviting you to join us next week at this time when John Lund returns as...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you like your thrills to be real, your adventures to be true to life, Gangbusters is the show for you. Every Saturday night, most of these same CBS radio stations bring you Gangbusters, full of action, bravery, and realistic excitement. Listen for new thrills on Gangbusters, straight out of life, every Saturday night on CBS Radio.
America now listens to 105 million radio sets and listens most to the CBS Radio Network.
FONC. It's 6:10.
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Earl Poorman.
Earl, how are you? How are things in Los Angeles?
Why, didn't you know we moved back here to Sarasota in Florida?
No kidding.
Yep, but now we think we'll make another move.
Where to this time?
Oh, back to California.
Why don't you make up your mind?
It's more fun this way. Say, why don't you come down here and see us?
At whose expense?
Companies?
Another investigation?
Yes.
What this time, Earl?
Of a murder, Johnny.
A murder?
That hasn't happened yet. But believe me, if I'm reading the signs right, there's certainly one in the making.
Okay, Earl. I'll grab the first plane I can get.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It never fails. Whether it's a party evening or an ordinary weekday, people always drink more light, bracing, clean-tasting Pepsi-Cola than you expect. That's why the smartest Pepsi you buy is the extra carton.
Buy extra cartons of the drink that lets you drink young as you think. Yes, get the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi for those who think young.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the whether or not matter. Expense account item 1, $6 for a taxi out to the airport. Item 2, $97.96 plane fare. And modern jet transportation being what it is, I got to Sarasota just before noon. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car, and 20 minutes later I walked into the office at 1306 Main Street that Earl Poorman shares with another old friend, Don Boomhauer, a prominent realtor. 5 minutes after the usual howdy-doos, Earl and I were tearing into a plateful of shrimps cooked in beer at the famous Plaza restaurant.
Oh, those are delicious. Think you can manage another order of them, Johnny?
Not a chance, Earl, but they are great.
Specialty of the house, you know.
Well, they deserve to be.
Well, while you're making a pig of yourself, let me tell you why I called you.
Oh, go ahead.
Our client's name is T. Rockway Mayfield, a wild old character who made his pile up in New England.
Mm-hmm.
He retired and moved down here last fall. He has a big home in St. Armand's Key.
What's he do to keep busy? Fish? Golf?
No, he spends most of his time with a jug beside him, sunning himself or feeding the seagulls and then shooting at them with an air pistol.
Isn't that illegal?
Well, it would be if he ever hit one of them, but he never does. And he does throw big parties, always lots of pretty girls around. And don't think he doesn't go for them, too, in spite of his age.
What a life.
The point is, he tells me that he came down here to retire, to get as far away as he could from his wife's kids. You know, stepped out on step-sign. Names are Betty and Frank Merritt.
How come, Earl?
Well, as long as his wife was alive, she made him support them.
I see.
But he felt they ought to be out earning their own living, and Johnny, I happen to agree with him.
If they're growing up, I agree with you.
Anyhow, when his wife died and he retired, he left them flat. They're on their own until he goes, of course.
So, what's happened?
Well, tomorrow is old Mayfield's birthday, and that means another big party.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny, the kids have told him that they're coming down here to celebrate. Told him that he can't refuse them now because they're standing on their own feet.
You think that's true?
No, sir. I think they're coming for something else.
Like what, Earl?
That nasty word I mentioned to you on the phone.
Murder?
Murder. Now, let me pay the check and I'll drive you over to see him, okay?
By all means. Tell me, Earl, have Betty and Frank arrived here in Sarasota yet?
I don't think so. I hope not. But you can understand why I was so anxious for you to get on down here.
Well, Earl, if something should happen to him while they're here, wouldn't it be just a little too obvious?
Would it?
Those kids are no fools, not by a long shot.
Well, even so.
And with the drunken mobs that he has at his parties, where somebody could be knocked on the head and tossed into the swimming pool and nobody'd pay any attention till it was too late, no, okay. I could be all wrong.
I think you must be.
But is there any reason why you shouldn't stick around long enough to keep an eye on them while the kids are here?
Well...
On expense account.
I suppose not.
Yeah. And then maybe after they've left, I'll break down and take you out fishing.
Now, there is a sensible inducement.
Anna, look, there's this place just ahead now.
That?
Mm-hmm. The big one.
Oh, brother.
And you don't think money that can afford a place like that would be worth killing for?
Oh, Earl. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have a point there.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable. Absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
Old Mayfield's home there on the Gulf of Mexico side of fashionable St. Armand's Key was quite a place. To ensure privacy, all three of the landward sides were protected by a high wall. The big house of concrete, stucco, aluminum, and glass was surrounded by a broad patio full of plants, tables, chairs, and lounges, and, more important, with a large, fully equipped bar complete with bartender even at this time of day. Beyond the patio, a swimming pool, and then a clean, white stretch of beach. It was obvious Mayfield did plenty of entertaining. As for the man himself...
Dollar, did you say? Dollar?
Oh, that's right, Johnny Dollar.
A man with lots of sense, then, eh, poor man?
What?
What do you mean, what? What's the matter with you? It's a joke. 100 cents to the dollar, aren't there?
Oh.
So if he's a dollar, he's got lots of sense, hasn't he? Get it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Besides, I know all about you, Dollar.
Oh?
Been listening to you on the radio for years. So I'm glad to know you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Now let's celebrate by having ourselves a little drink.
Well, it's a little early in the day, Mr. Mayfield. I don't think
Nonsense. It's never too early for a drink. Samantha, where are you?
Yes, Mr. Mayfield, right here, sir.
Bring a scotch and soda for Mr. Dollar. And Mr. Poorman will have a gin and tonic.
Yes, Mr. Mayfield. And how about you? Another one of what you've been having?
No. This time I believe I'll have, how does cognac and root beer with a dash of mint sound to you?
That sounds terrible, Mr. Mayfield.
Good. I'll have it.
Yes, Mr. Mayfield.
So that's that. By the way, poor man, you're bringing Johnny to my party tomorrow night, aren't you?
Well, now, I'll tell you,
Good. And Johnny, my boy, you'll have the time of your life. There'll be more good-looking girls around here tomorrow night than you ever saw. I really know how to pick 'em, boy. Really know how to pick 'em.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, but, oh, me. Do you know why they always come? The real reason? And why they always turn on their charm for me?
Why, sir?
Hate to admit it. Yeah, I really do. But all they want is to get their pretty little grasping fingers on my money, that's all. But they won't. Don't you worry about that. Nobody will, not until I'm dead and gone. Did poor man tell you about those lazy, shiftless, worthless stepchildren of mine?
Well, he mentioned them.
And you'll see them, too. They get in here tomorrow afternoon on the 4:30 plane.
Oh, well, then perhaps I...
that reminds me. I better arrange for Samantha or Charles or somebody to meet them.
Why don't you let me pick them up for you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Mayfield, that's a good idea.
Eh? Well, of course. Fine. Pick them up at the airport, bring them here if you can't lose them, and then stay on for the party.
All right.
And now, Johnny, now let me show you my pride and joy. You see it there on the far side of the swimming pool?
That sort of pool house with all the gadgets on the roof?
Pool house?
Yes, well, it's a bathhouse with a swimming pool, isn't it?
Ridiculous, poor man. Utterly ridiculous. If that's all you think of it...
Well, what is inside that little building, then?
You'll see. You'll see. Now, come along.
I'll be doggone.
Yes, sir, a weather station.
How about that? Certainly fooled me.
Complete one, too. You see, Johnny? Rain gauges, electronic weather vanes, anemometers, barometers, barographs, charts with isobars, snow gauge.
Snow gauge?
Maps, everything. Everything a regular weather bureau would have. Everything. Even a correspondence school course in forecasting. Anything you want to know? Here's the answer.
Well, it is interesting, to say the least.
And why not, eh? How could I ever plan a party unless I know what the weather's going to be like, hey? Answer me that.
About this party tomorrow night, Mr. Mayfield.
Johnny, tell me something.
Yeah?
How good a shot are you with a pistol?
What makes you ask that, Mr. Mayfield?
Answer my question, boy.
Oh, I'm fair to middling, I guess. But listen...
Good. Then maybe you can hit some of them the way I never seem to be able to.
Hit what, sir?
You'll see. Samantha...
Yes, Mr. Mayfield?
What? Now, why the devil did you bring me another drink? You want me to spoil my aim?
Oh, no, Mr. Mayfield.
But there's no point in letting it go to waste.
I swear, Mr. Mayfield, I don't know how you do it.
Practice, poor man, practice.
So, for the next hour... In spite of a very uneasy feeling I was beginning to have about this whole assignment, Mayfield and I tossed chunks of bread to the seagulls, then blasted away in a general direction with a couple of air pistols. Knowing the law about such things, I deliberately avoided making any hits. And old Mayfield, although he handled that little gun like a pro, didn't make any hits either. Then, just as abruptly as he dragged me into it...
That's all, gentlemen. That is all. Have to get to work now in my weather lab and make out the latest report for myself. Can't be disturbed. So off you go.
Oh, yeah, sure. Anything you say. Come on, Johnny.
Right, Earl.
I'll see you tomorrow night, poor man. And, Johnny, I'll see you when you bring my stepchildren, Betty and Frankie Meriton, here. And you ought to stay when they get here. I want you to get to know them.
I want very much to.
Now, go on with you. Go on. I got work to do.
I picked up my rental car and dropped in on my old friend Sergeant Phil Phillips at police headquarters.
I know, Johnny, I know. It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, Earl Poorman's worry about the old coot. Lord knows he isn't worried. And yet, if what he says about those stepkids happens to be true...
Have you ever met Frank or Betty Meriton?
All I know about him is what he's told me. And if it's true, he really should have protection while they're here. But doggone it, he says no. If we so much as show ourselves, he'll not only throw us out, but stop the party and get everybody down on us.
I'll tell you what you better do then, just in case.
Yeah?
If you were to sneak a prowl car up to the outside of the wall around this place, you'd have no trouble getting over the wall if need be.
Good. In the meantime, you'd be looking after him inside.
Right.
Well, Johnny, he is just a crazy old coot, all at loose ends. Does a lot of crazy things.
I know, Phil. I know what you mean. That's why I'm really concerned about this case. On the surface, it looks like a waste of time, my coming all the way down here just to attend a party. And yet...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, people who want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes know that the one to switch to is Kent. And there's a very good reason why. Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. Yes, that's your reward for smoking Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous. So when you want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes, remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste. And you'll decide to treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Cocktails and dinner with the Poormans, a good night's sleep, and for most of the next day, I had little to do but kill time. I went out and hit some golf balls at a nearby driving range, paid a visit to the colorful Jungle Gardens, saw the famous Ringling Circus Museum, and ended up chewing the fat with some of the boys at station WSPB. Then I met the plane, picked up Frank and Betty Meriton, piled them into my rental car, and started back to St. Armand's Key. The differences between the two of them were pretty striking. Betty was a beautiful girl with a head on her shoulders. Frank was a weak, wishy-washy, well-spoken nothing with a capital N.
Don't tell me, dear girl. I think it's utterly ridiculous that he should expect me to sweat and slave and work my fingers to the bone when he has all that money that he doesn't know what to do with. I mean that. Utterly ridiculous.
And I tell you that when Daddy finds out that you lied to him, Frank, that you don't have a job, that you've been chiseling off your friends and for me all these months, he'll probably throw you out.
Well, he won't find out. Not unless you tell him. And if you do, dear girl, I shall be very angry with you. Just because you choose to work 8 hours a day in a stuffy library 5 days a week.
Why not? I like it.
Well, that doesn't mean that I have to.
Frankie, all I hope is he gives you enough to get you off my back.
Oh, he will, my dear. He will. I've figured out a sob story that would melt the heart of a statue.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Will I? You'll see. Just don't you interfere.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, that's all right, Betty.
This silly squabble has been going on ever since we left the Boston airport.
That's okay.
I understand that some of the parties Daddy throws down here are Lulu's.
So I've heard. There'll be a big one tonight, you know.
Good. I love parties. But, well, come to think of it, I won't know a soul who'll be there.
But don't you worry, Betty. You'll have no problem in that department.
Well, I hope not. But, Johnny.
Yes?
Will you dance with me now and then? Just in case.
Are you kidding? Without giving them a chance to unpack their bags, Mayfield dragged them into a study and shut the door. So I took a swim, then dressed for dinner and the party. At dinner, incidentally, Mayfield and Betty yacked away at each other like a couple of happy kids. But not a solitary word passed between Mayfield and Frankie. Frankie sat there and pouted, hardly touching his food. Then, the party. So help me, I never saw so many good-looking girls gathered together in one spot in my life. And what if a lot of them were only looking for a shot at Mayfield's money? The point is, they were there. As for Betty, we not only danced like fools, but made plans for getting to know each other much better up north after this whole thing was over. Meantime, needless to say, I kept a weather eye on Frankie, who spent most of his time at the bar looking very unhappy. Then about 11 p.m., between dances, Mayfield came over my way.
Not drinking, Johnny? You're missing half the fun.
Oh, don't you worry a bit, Mr. Mayfield. I'm having a fine... Hey, wait a minute. The lights. What happened to the lights?
Just a gag, Johnny. Just a gag.
A gag?
They'll be back on in a minute. I have a timer on the main switch that does it.
Well, why? Why the blackout?
What's the matter with you, boy? Now, the next time they go out, and they will.
Not if I can find that switch box.
Now, when they do, you just grab the nearest, the prettiest girl you can find.
Oh, come on.
And if you don't know what to do then, well, you're not half the... Oh, now that's too bad. They came on again too soon.
Now, listen, Mr. Mayfield.
But have fun, Johnny, have fun.
Mr. Mayfield, wait a minute.
Johnny?
Betty, what happened to you?
Well, don't you worry. I slapped his face, and hard. Only I still don't know who was there in the darkness.
Look, that lights out gag has got to go. Come on, let's find the main switch box so it won't happen again.
You mean the lights were supposed to? Oh, no.
Oh, not again. Doggone it. Where did Mr. Mayfield go?
Well, I thought he was going over toward... Johnny!
Come on, Betty. That was over near his weather station. By the time we fought our way over there through the crowd, the lights came on again. And there, just in front of the door of the little weather station, lay a body.
Johnny? Is he...
Yes, Betty.
Let me through. What is it? What happened? I was over there getting a drink, and I heard a couple of... It's Frankie.
That's right, Mr. Mayfield.
Is he dead?
Yes, sir. Couple of 38s through the chest.
Well, I can't say that I'm sorry, Johnny. But who? Who did this? Call the police. Somebody call the police.
Sergeant Phillips and his men were already over the wall, and they really did a job. In the next 2 hours, they, plus a dozen more he called in, made as thorough a search of that place as I've seen. But the result?
Johnny, the gun that killed young Meriton has to be around here somewhere. Has to be, but we simply can't find it.
You must find it, Sergeant. You must. And the killer, too.
How about raking through the sand over there on the beach?
No, it was all smoothed over before the party, and there still isn't a break in it.
To haul every one of this mob down to headquarters so the boys in the lab... Wait.
Yeah?
Wait a minute. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I kicked myself for not having wised up before.
Well, if what Mayfield told me about them is true, Johnny.
What Mayfield told him.
Yeah, Johnny. If what he says about those stepkids is true.
Mayfield, of course. And that crazy drink of his yesterday. But I'd watched Samantha mix it out of the corner of my eye. She hadn't really put a single drop of liquor in it. And tonight, the same thing, probably. So actually, Mayfield was just as sober as a judge. And the one important piece of evidence, the gun...
Now go on with it. Go on. I've got work to do.
Yes, in his weather station. And what had he said about that?
Anything you want to know is the answer.
The answer.
It has everything a regular weather bureau would have. Everything.
Everything? Like a weather balloon? A balloon big enough to carry a pistol far out over the Gulf, never to be seen again? Well, if so, if he pulled that trigger... All right, Mr. Mayfield. Let's go down to headquarters where the lab crew can make a paraffin test of your shooting hand. Well?
No, it won't be necessary, Johnny. I did it. I killed him.
I'll say this. That was a clever way to get rid of that gun. A weather balloon. Clever.
Was it? So, the Mayfield fortune will go to Betty. And I can't think of a more deserving girl. Or, come to think of it, a prettier one. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $247.92. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a complex and unusual story with a twist that will surprise you, I think, as much as it surprised me. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you drive a car, remember this. Almost anywhere in the country where you see the Sinclair sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon on gasoline by using Sinclair Dino. That's because in 3 out of 5 cars, regular priced Sinclair Dino matches the performance of expensive premium gasolines, costing up to 4 cents more a gallon. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dino gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Ian Martin, Bill Kramer, Joe Hardy, Ivor Francis, Constance Simons, and Karen McCrary. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Worldwide Sports with Chris Schenkel is heard weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
It's me, Johnny.
Marty?
Yeah, how is he?
How about the same? Dr. Morton just gave him another transfusion.
Has he been able to say anything yet?
He hasn't even been conscious. Why, Marty?
Well, who's there with you?
Joe Crayley and the city attorney.
Look, Johnny, I've got to talk to you. Right away.
All right. Go ahead and talk.
No, not on the phone.
All right, it's room 604, City Hospital. Come on over.
Not with them there. Why don't you come meet me?
Because Shorty Wells is the key to this whole case. If he's able to talk before he dies, I want to be here to listen.
Suppose I tell you I'm ready to talk, Johnny.
Are you telling me?
I'm in an all-night lunchroom right across the street from the hospital. Can you come over here?
All right, Marty. I'll gamble with you. Be there in 5 minutes.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Greensport, Missouri, to the Home Office Great Plains Guarantee Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Open Town Matter. Expense account, final page. I hung up the phone more puzzled than ever, and heaven knows the case had been puzzling from the start. Marty Blake, young widow of the murdered police chief, had been completely uncooperative and unwilling to talk. And now she was reversing her field. Why? Her house had burned to the ground earlier in the evening, and Shorty Wells, number 1 on the city attorney's wanted for murder list, had been found trapped in the flames. Maybe this had something to do with Marty's phone call. She'd been my number 1 suspect at first, since she stood to collect $50,000 as beneficiary of her husband's life insurance. But then the city attorney himself, Dave Sherman, had provided her with an airtight alibi, and I'd reluctantly let her off the hook. Now this. I didn't know what she was up to, and I couldn't afford not to find out.
Something up, Dolly?
Well, that was Marty Blake, Mr. Sherman. She's in a lunchroom across the street. She wants to see me.
Oh, what about?
She didn't say.
Well, go ahead and talk to her if you want to, Johnny. I'll call you if Shorty starts to regain consciousness.
All right, thanks, Joe.
I'm sticking right here myself. This one I'm going to follow personally.
Well, if you really want to break the rackets in this town, your answer is lying right there in that bed, Shorty Wells.
I think you're right, if he's ever able to talk.
And if your police laddies don't fall over their own feet again, the way they did on that gun business when Ed Blake was shot.
That mistake was partly justified, Joe. It was the chief's own gun that was lying beside his body. It was natural to assume that he had exchanged shots with a prowler.
Yeah, but 2 days to realize he'd been shot with his own gun.
All right. They fouled up, I admit it.
And the ones who aren't stupid are crooked. Every raid you try to pull has been tipped off from the
I
outside.
know it.
Even when Mayor Lyons brought in state police, the whole plan was tipped.
Which you took great pleasure in pointing out in your news
All right,
story.
you guys, look now. I'll leave you two to settle this. Stick on this guy like a leech. And if he shows any sign of coming to and talking, let me know right away, will you?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Back here in the booth, Johnny.
Right. Well, what's on your mind, Marty?
Sit down, Johnny. Here, come on.
Why not? Well?
The waiter's in back if you'd like some coffee or something.
No, thanks. Okay, now what is it?
What is what?
Well, you had to talk to me right away. How I talk?
Johnny, I'm not too hard to take, am I?
No, you're a pink and gold doll. Wild honeysuckle and a handful of stars. At least that's what a couple of guys said today.
I don't care what a couple of guys said. What do you say, Johnny?
I guess the description fits, as far as looks are concerned. And if that's all you want to talk about...
No, wait, Johnny. I'm in the clear on this. You know that. The night my husband was killed, I've got an alibi nobody could shake, right?
Well, I'm pretty well convinced you didn't pull the trigger, if that's what you mean.
And you could convince the insurance company, too, couldn't you? If you would.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'd go pretty much on my report. But I don't see...
Why don't we get this settled and over with? Why don't you be nice, Johnny, and turn in a real good report?
Oh, so that's the pitch.
Well, it's not a pitch. I didn't do it, so why can't you tell them so?
Why don't we get some more answers first to a lot of questions? Explain a few odd angles, maybe.
Like what?
Like the fact that you heard the noise and woke up, that you sent your husband downstairs, that you turned on the light behind him and made him a perfect target for whoever held the gun.
Johnny,
Like the fact that you filed your insurance claim less than 24 hours after your husband was killed. Suppose we hear what Shorty Wells has to say before I make any report.
What if Shorty dies without talking?
Well, in that case, I guess you will be in the clear. Because right now, he's the only lead I've got. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Johnny, make that report. Make it now.
Sorry.
I'll give you $10,000 out of the insurance.
Oh, you are anxious, aren't you?
I just want to get it settled. Sit down, Johnny, and let's talk
Johnny.
about it.
Yeah, Joe, what is it?
Firemen I know just came by the hospital, Johnny. They found out why Shorty fired those shots just before he ran out of the blazing house.
Why?
That cellar door was padlocked on the outside. He had to shoot the lock off to get out.
Then he probably didn't set the fire after all. Not if he was locked in the basement. What about that, Marty? Was he the one who was supposed to die in the fire?
If he was hiding out in my cellar, I didn't know anything about it.
Just another one of those odd angles, huh?
Oh, stop it.
Johnny, by the way, what you want to see me about?
See about? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, the nurse said you phoned the hospital. Said you wanted me to meet you here. You mean you didn't?
Come on, Joe, let's get back there. Sure, that's why she wanted me to meet her there, to get me away from that room. And somebody phoned and got you away.
Elevator's coming down now, Johnny.
Shorty's the one big threat to whoever's guilty. They know that if he talks, they're tagged. You get up to his room.
No, I thought...
Mr. Sherman, leaving?
Well, yes, somebody phoned. It's the mayor. He wants me to meet him across the street.
Anybody up there with Shorty Wells?
Well, the doctor will be back in a few moments.
Come on, Sherman, back into the...
Wait a minute! Look, I've got to meet Mayor
Start it up,
Lyons.
Joe, start it up.
6th floor, number 6.
May I ask what's going on here? I haven't got time to go back upstairs. I told
I'm afraid
you...
you'll have to take time, Mr. Sherman.
It was all right to leave, Dollar. Shorty wasn't showing any signs of coming to.
Did you make sure of that?
Did I... Look, Dollar, I don't get what you're driving.
All right, come on now, let's go.
Would somebody please let me in on this?
Let's take a look at Shorty first, Mr. Sherman.
Johnny, what happened to that cop who was on duty?
Well, he was here in the hall when I left just a moment ago.
Oh, he got to walk down to the... Did you leave that door ajar, Mr. Sherman?
Why, no, of course not.
Come on, but quietly.
What the devil?
Are we interrupting something, Mayor Lyons?
What's he doing with that pillow? Nothing. I wasn't doing a thing.
You were holding it down over Shorty's face. Get out of the way. I think you were Shorty's dead. You smothered him with that pillow.
No, he was dead when I came in. I was just moving the pillow, Dave.
Did you have to get us all out of this room and then send the police guard away just to move a pillow?
Mr. Dollar, are you suggesting
Well,
that
I'm suggesting it for one. Dollar, I've been sure for months that Mayor Lyons was back of the rackets here, but I didn't have any way of proving it.
Until now, perhaps?
Until now, Mayor.
Very well, don't move, any of you.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That gun isn't really your answer, Mayor. There are 3 of us, you know. You can't get us all.
Stay back, Dollar.
Tell me something. Why did you have Ed Blake killed? Wasn't he one of your own boys?
I can tell you why, now. Ed Blake was going to pull out of the rackets, Dollar, and spill the whole setup to me. That was the reason for that fishing trip.
Then it must have been Marty who tipped off Mayor Lyons.
Sure, it figures. She loved that racket money that Ed was bringing home, and Shorty Wells was in town with a grudge against Ed already. Well, it was real convenient for you, wasn't it, Mayor?
As a matter of fact, Dave, it was very convenient.
Then Shorty hid out in the cellar of Marty's house until she decided things would be less complicated if she locked the cellar door and burned the house down.
Marty was a weak link, you might say. Stay back, Dave.
Oh, you better give me the gun now, Mayor.
No, get back.
Do what he says, Mayor. You haven't a chance.
I'm warning you, Dollar, if you try
Yeah, I hear you. But I doubt if you can... Let go of it, Mayor. Drop that gun. Let go of... No! Thanks. Now, if
Look out, he's getting away! Lock the doors! You'll never stop me from...
Look out! That window!
He tripped!
That's 6 floors down.
Yeah.
Well, he got out of being prosecuted.
As a matter of fact, there's nobody left to prosecute.
You want to bet? She was still sitting there in the lunchroom across the street from the hospital. And she'd heard what had happened. I knew it the second Dave and I walked in, from the half smile of triumph on her face, and from the way she greeted me.
Too bad, Johnny. You should have taken my offer because I don't need your help now. Your company's going to have to pay off. I'm really in the clear now.
You are, huh?
And poor Dave, with nobody left to prosecute.
He still has you, Marty. Accomplice to your husband's murder.
Johnny. Shorty died without talking. Mayor Lyons is dead. No witnesses, no case.
Sorry, Marty. There is a witness.
Oh? Who?
You.
What are you talking about? What's that paper?
Well, you intended it to be an insurance claim. But actually, it's more of a confession. Signed and witnessed.
What?
You were over-anxious, Marty. And you filled it out in complete detail. It says, "We found my husband's body at the foot of the stairs."
That's right.
That he'd been shot and killed with his own gun.
Well, it's true, isn't it? That's what happened.
Yeah. But this claim was in the main office of the insurance company less than 24 hours after your husband was killed. The police didn't find out he'd been shot with his own gun until 2 days later. Real neat confession, huh, Marty? Expense account item 12, $310.45. Incidentals in Greensport and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $516.20. End of account, end of report. Remarks? Marty Blake never was able to explain how she knew about that gun. She sure tried. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Before I do that, please let me say thanks to all of you who are so kind about writing and telling us how much you like Johnny Dollar. It's a very gratifying experience. It's encouragement to all of us who are involved in production of the program, and, well, we appreciate your letters more than you know. As always, I'll try to answer you promptly, but sometimes the mail does pile up. In any event, thanks. Thanks very much for writing. Next week, a yacht that wasn't there and a man who wasn't there. They never were, but that's where I found them. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. It is written by Les Crutchfield and produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Gene Tatum, Paul Dubov, Joseph Kern, Stacey Harris, and Russell Thorson. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.